Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinson's. Welcome back to our Powerful Warriors series. Just a reminder, this is a little more challenging than some of our other classes. This is meant to be done standing. Please make sure that you are safe. If you have a chair nearby, please bring that just for balance and safety. You can do most of these exercises seated as well, but they're meant to be done standing. So we're also working not just on the exercise, but a little more on balance, on stability, on coordination, and on taking larger steps that you can't do seated. So that said, today we're going to be working on posture. You're going to need a light set of weights. You're going to need an open wall area that you can lean against and move your arms around. And as I said, a chair for stability and safety. So let's get started. Our first exercise is a wall squat. I'm going to stand against a wall. You can either squat or just lean. That's up to you. I'm going to come down to a modified squat. So my knees are slightly bent, but not all the way down. A full squat would be a 90-degree angle. We're working a lot of leg strength here. I'm going to bring myself up a little higher. So we're working on posture. Let's bring those elbows about shoulder height. Hands directly in front. Abdominals are tight. I want you to feel your lower back and your shoulder blades pushing against that wall. And we're going to lift up and down. These are called scarecrows in a seated, stagnant wall squat. We're going to put on some music and practice this together. And then I'm going to add a little wall angel as we get warmed up and started. So here we go. Lift and down, up and down, again, up and down, just a few more, up and down. Now that you've got the motion, I want you to really think about keeping your shoulder blades against the wall. Posture is all about keeping your shoulders nice and tall, head above your shoulders. So this reminds your upper back where it belongs, so you're not leaning forward. You're standing nice and tall. Good, let's do 4 more together. 4, and down. 3, and down, pull those shoulders down. 2, and down, last one. 1, down. Now we're going to add an angel. Bring your hands up to the wall. Slide those arms up and slide them down to your waist. Slide and down. Up and down. Last time. Up and down. Back to scarecrows. Down. Up. 2. Up. 3. Keep your lower back and upper back on that wall. 4. 5. Touch those wrists. 6. Feel your chest opening up. 7. Last one. 8. Now lift to angels. 8. 7. Feel your shoulder blades pushing. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 4 scarecrows. 4. 3. 2. 1. 4 angels. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And 1. Nice work. Gently and carefully take your hands against the wall. Bring your legs in and come up standing nice and tall. Let's shake it out. Release your upper back. Release those shoulders. It's a lot of work, right? You felt that? All right. Next exercise we're working on also works on posture, or on upper back for posture. We want to make sure that when we're walking, when we're standing, your shoulders again are over your hips, head is held high, getting away from those rounded shoulders. So let's pick up our weights here. This is called a farmer's walk, and there's a lot of different ways of doing a farmer's walk. It's often done with your arms down. I really like doing it with my arms up. Chest open. It reminds me, range of motion. I've got those arms fully extended over my head, but watch what I'm going to do. Drop your shoulder blades down. Drop your shoulders down, and this is your starting position. We're going to put on some music and just have some fun with this. Feel where your body is. Feel where you're walking. Feel your shoulder blades pushing down while your chest is open. Here we go. Just get a feel for where you are in space. Walk nice and slow. Open up your chest. You may feel like you're exaggerating, but you'd be surprised. This is not an exaggeration. This is actually where you're supposed to be. Feels different, right? Stay with it. Holding nice and tall. Keep those shoulder blades down. Think about keeping your shoulders and shoulder blades down. Think about taking nice large steps if you can, or small, doesn't matter. Change it up a little. Nice work. Let's just do this for a few more minutes. Minutes, right? Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep those shoulders down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release those arms. Roll those shoulders out. Here's a good time to stop the tape if you want to and try that again. Otherwise, I'm going to put these weights down. We're going to move on to our last exercise. And our last exercise is also about keeping your chest and shoulders up. We're working on your trapezius. This is that upper back muscle. It's diamond-shaped. It's really a very nice looking muscle. We want to squeeze those muscles, squeeze them open. We're going to grab the weights again. Try to think about pushing your shoulder blades down instead of in. So I don't want you to squeeze them into your spine. I want you to push them down your spine. We're going to start holding those weights to your side, 90-degree angle. That's that special number in exercise. Starting here, we're going to go one arm at a time. Open. I like to call this like the saloon door. Open to the side. Think about opening your arms like you open a saloon door. This is where you may want to keep that chair nearby for balance and safety. We're going to put on our music again, and we're just going to go right, left, and both. And then we're going to add some movement with our legs as well. But let's get those arms going first. Here we go. 2, 3, right arm first. Here we go. Open and close. Standing tall. Shoulder blades down. Open. Try to get those arms as far to your side as you can. Both arms open and close. Again, both arms open and close. Just the right arm. Open. Close. Left arm. Open. Close both arms. Open. Close again. Open. And close. Let's do it one more time. Right arm. Open. And close. Left arm standing tall. Open. And close both arms. Open and close. Last time. Open. Good. Let's add some legs. First the right arm goes out. Open and close. Now the left. Open and close. Now with both arms step. Front and back. Switch. Front and back. Right arm in place. Open. Standing tall and close. Think about opening up your chest. Open. And close. Both arms. Step. Open. And close. Open. And right arm leads. Open. And close. Switch. Open. And close both arms. Nice big step. Open. And close. Open. And close. One more time each side. Open and close, open and close. Big step, forward and back. Last leg, open and close. All right, that's it. Put your weights down. Nice work. All right, remember, this is all about mostly upper back because that's where your posture is stemming from, opening up your chest and upper back. So stretch out those muscles, drop your chin, bring those arms directly in front, pull nice and gently. Good. Feel those muscles just reversing all that muscle, all that work we did, pulling them back and down. Now we're opening them up. Arms open nice and big. Good. Arms overhead. Deep breath in and out. Exhale. Great job today. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget, you can go back and listen to these and follow through. They're short, Each of these exercise videos only have 3 exercises, so try to do them and practice them as often as you can. If you find one is more difficult than the others, that's the one you need the most. So stay with it, practice. Let us know how you're doing. Have a great week. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.